In the beginning, we were born. Then we grew. Everything we knew was new.
you know what time it is? Yep, it's that time. We have a very special guest with us tonight. We have Stephen Freedland. Yes, you need to go ahead, like, share, follow, and subscribe. And if you don't know who Stephen Freedland is, you're about to be surprised. He is also known as Brute Force. This is his trademarked name, Brute Force. So make sure you go ahead and you check him out because you will not be disappointed. Go ahead, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I like to welcome you all and introduce to you to the one and the only Brute Force. Hi,
Hello,
Brute. How are
everybody.
you?
Hi, Angie. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction and that great song up front. I love that. That was so pretty.
Thank you very, very much. It's such an honor to have you with me today.
Oh, well, the honor is mine. I honestly, it's very generous of you to include me in your well thought out show. And if I may, just at the top of your show, if I may just, because I am so exhilarated, if it's possible to play for you a new song. May I play for you something new?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, thank you.
Oh my goodness,
And
yes.
now, don't mistake me. I'm not saying that there is no class. So much class in your show, but I would like to add another increment of class, if I may, to the show by playing for you. Let me turn on the lights here. There. I think that, yeah, to play for you a new song, Sonata in E flat minor for eyebrows. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was beautiful.
Thank
I
you,
have
everybody.
never had anyone play an eyebrow violin before.
I hope you and your listeners are duly entertained. Sure.
Absolutely. That was the first time. Oh, I love it. Only
Right.
seeing here from Brute Force.
Everything's bright enough here on me, eh?
Absolutely.
Great, great, great.
Brute, I want to know about you. I know, like, many have, read different things on the internet and things like that, but I want to know, like, where did you come from? Was your family into music or art? Like, how did you become a lyricist, a poet, a singer, songwriter? Like, what was instilled in you?
Thank you. My mother played piano. God bless her soul. And my family educated me at an early age by providing lots of records, classical records, folk singers. And by the time I got to, when I, at an early age, I would go downstairs and play piano. And what I would do on the piano is I would play like this. This is like after my toddler years, maybe I'm 6 or 7, right? So I would play like, I would play like that. I would play like, oh, geez. What did I do?
Nope, you're good. I can still see you.
I don't see you.
You gotta look for that little blue icon with the white camera. See it?
Oh, There. Sorry.
That's okay. We can fix that later.
So it was, I played all the black keys is what I did. And
You can never go wrong there.
okay, and that was like 7, 8 years old, and I was down in the basement after dinner, and that still holds true with me today. It's like after I have a meal or something like that, I feel like playing. And so like when I go to a show or something like that, sometimes I'll have a snack before I go on.
Mm-hmm.
And so that means if people book me, I can eat. Then they gave me lessons in piano probably at around 9 or 10 years old. So I started learning some of the basic functions of piano. And, you know, they were well off enough, my father and mother, to have a piano in the house, you know, and for me to learn music, therefore, and to listen to her play when I was young. So I became inspired that way. And then she was an artist, my mother. She was an artist. And so there, see, if I go here, this is better. You get a better light. Yeah. So she was an artist also, you know, and she acted in a local civic theater, and I would see her act on the stage. So that inspired me. And I took part in some productions in grammar school when I went to grammar school in Hoboken, New Jersey. You know, I'm very concerned about the light here. You can see there. See the difference?
Yes, I can. Are you gonna have to hold it? Are you holding
I don't know.
it?
Well, I hold this, but
Because you were good before when you had it sitting in one spot.
if I move my chair back enough, here, there, but that, there. Keep going on because, oh, gee. There.
Do you have like a shelf that you could put it
There,
on?
there we go.
There you go. Okay. Are you
Okay,
comfortable?
so we moved down the Jersey Shore from Jersey City where we lived, and I continued to take part in some high school presentations, you know, the high school variety show.
Yeah.
And the high school plays. So I continued my interest in that part of art. And at the same time, I would continue playing piano. And by the time the senior year in high school rolled around, I believe I had accomplished quite a few poems, because all along I had started writing poetry also. So then I would have at some time put a poem to music, and therefore I was starting into the song, becoming a songwriter. And there we go with the songwriting stuff. And I become a songwriter, and continuing on the poetry, continuing writing, because by this time I have amassed quite a number of projects that I would, with proper financing, have produced, will produce. And, you know, I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, actor, you know, and there you go. That is pretty much of a brief history of why I'm still in this. I remember my father, after I had finished college, after the numerous colleges that I had gone to, I finished And it was the summer, and my dad was visiting me in New York City, and he asked, "Are you going back to school, or are you going to stay here writing songs?" Because by that time it was in '64, and I had enrolled in a master's degree at Emerson College in Boston, and I had finished some of it. So I said, I'm going to stay here. And that was very much of a pivotal moment in my life. If I had gone back to Emerson and finished masters in dramatics, I believe it would have all come out differently for me. Pretty much so. Pretty much, don't think I would not have written songs on Broadway. I would have not become a member of the Tokens. I would not have connected with the Beatles. I think that was a pivotal choice for me. And I can always remember my father going, just like a small grunt, you know. He didn't like it, but he didn't tell me no, because he was a self-made man. Is from Russia, coming from Russia in 1910. He came to the Lower East Side from Russia, and look how this scene has changed over the years. Yeah,
what an amazing journey.
He's amazing. My father.
Your parents seem amazing, and they must have been very proud, especially your mom. Watching you just blossom, once you're sitting in the audience, but it's a different perspective. And as a dad, watching your daughter perform, it's a whole new feeling of love that comes over you and light.
My mom, although I did not appreciate it at the time, she was collecting everything that I did. Every video, every booking, she was obviously very proud of me in as a performer. And she would talk about it, and I would poo-poo it. I didn't give her credit enough for loving what I was doing. And but she did show great appreciation of what I was doing. And my dad, he wanted me to go into business. I'm sure I did study to become a paralegal. I became a paralegal also. When I had reached the end of the Apple record was not happening. I didn't really realize what was happening, but I thought, I don't want this to be so juggly. I don't want to keep juggling this here. Get some light. I apologize. It's okay. There's the window light there. And he, in the early 70s, 70, 71, after 69 release and censorship by Capital EMI, it just, things really didn't click. Wow, I have to do this again. Wow, technical problems. I don't want this to happen. There it goes. You're such a positive thinking person that by 70, 71, I put out another iteration of King of Fuh on my own record label. I teamed together with a fellow by the name of Jeff Sheen, and he had been an executive in a label called tetragrammaton at that time. And he came forth with some money. I put in some money. We opened a little office on Sunset Boulevard, and we had moved to California, to California. I had with my just angelic wife, Cynthia, she's passed now, had our baby, and who was born in 71. So you see, the baby was born in 71. And at that time I was making this single of King of Fuh, but it didn't matter. No one would play it anyway. So I was being fried and cooked and burned, and I was kept on stepping in the volcano of censorship, of being told no. And probably if I hadn't spent so much time on that, I don't know, other labels had come forth in the meantime with other things that I've done. An album called Extemporaneous, which is very, I don't know, I'm talking about me. So why don't you ask, this is your program. I'm sorry.
No, I am loving all of this great information you're telling me about you. And I thank you so much for sharing it. Well, it's not always easy because we don't always get asked about ourselves and, how we became artists or, how we started singing or our influences. So I thank you. I have to ask, though, because I have to pick your brain. Where did you come up with the idea to even write King of Fuh?
I was living with Cynthia in a loft on the Lower East Side, very East Side, the most East Side street in Manhattan, off of the East River, right across from the fish market, really, and Jefferson and whatever the street is called. Well, that loft today is over $1 million, 60 by 20 for sure. But I was paying $100 a month, $100 a month for this great, great loft. And so we lived there, and I was writing poetry, and I wrote a poem, lyric poem, because I came to realize that poems are lyrics are poems, that words can fit into both descriptions. And so a poem about a furry, as in fur, a furry king, furry king, furry king. So in my mind, the first syllable of furry, fur, and the word king, I noticed that Fuh king. So what am I going to do with Fuh? And I made it a land, a beautiful land. And a very nice fellow out in Liverpool, I'm working on now getting an episode together for a very nice fellow out on L8 Radio in Liverpool, Mick Francis, a very, very nice guy. And I believe sometime probably in spring of 23, winter of 22, we'll have a episode of my musical, King of Fuh. Because actually around 15 or 16 years ago, I produced a musical, King of Fuh, and the story of a king in the land of Fuh, whose wife passes away. And his land is invaded by a lady general. She kills him and his two daughters. They, in an after-death state, vow to return to the lovely, beautiful land of Fuh and bring love to the military mind. The theme of musical King of Fuh. And it's just loaded with, I love the music, but, it's like the scene in The Producers. If you remember the scene with Zero Mostel and who is the comedian that acted opposite Zero Mostel in The Producers?
All I can think of is Ferris Bueller.
Well, the scene where
great movie.
The scene where his accountant, I got his face. He also played, in Frankenstein movie. Anyway, he said, he said to Zero Mostel, that'd be a great thing. We get so many contributions based on 50%. You have 50%. You have 50%. You have 50%. We get contributions. We make a lot of money. And the computer said, yeah, you could use the CPA. His CPA said, yeah, you could use your own money. And at that point, Zero Mostel fell over the couch and fainted. So, like, you never use your own money in showbiz. So, like, I have always shied away from taking the big step in just using any money that I have to produce. I still go after financing for it. That's just another project, though. And so I don't know, it was 1969. I was really pushed off of a cliff. And I wanted to say this during your program. I wanted to be clear. I want to be clear. I wanted to say, thank you. I wanted to say that there was an opportunity for me as a 28-year-old. I was born in 40, so in 68, I was 28. 69, I was 29. It was an opportunity for me as that age person to gain publicity internationally, to absolutely be known internationally, because it was a project being handled by Apple Records and their publicity and their marketing and their distribution. But the distribution company wouldn't do it. Get it? Capital EMI wouldn't do it. There was this fellow who was the president of Capital. He wrote a letter which is published in a book called The Roof. The Roof is a book by Ken Mansfield. Ken Mansfield wrote a book called The Roof about the last concert of the Beatles on the roof of 3 Seville Row.
It's so much fun.
In the book, he very kindly, to me, publishes the letter from the president of Capital at that time. I mention other names. I can mention his name, Stanley Gordakoff, president of Capitol. And he also became president of this association called the Recording Academy, the Recording Institute of America, RIAA Association, the biggest, the company of record companies at that time. Well, of course, now if you write a song and you want it to go out into the world, all you have to do is go to your smartphone, do a song while you're walking to the drugstore, and all you got to do is do a few of these things, and you're over the world. But then it was a distribution company. Get the records, send them out. They wouldn't do it. Why? Because they were afraid. Why? They thought the word fuck was in the song. They thought the word fucking was in the song. As we all know, it is not. So they were fooled. They were fooled by yours truly. And, but that's what jokers do. I keep hitting something here.
Well,
okay. I keep hitting something.
Let's
on
do this. Let's go
this,
ahead. Let's take a listen to the fucking.
This computer is as skittish as a virgin in May. Okay. Anyway, they
that differs from June.
Okay.
How about we go ahead?
Spring, because it's spring, and spring.
Yeah, there it goes. And then they fall.
It's so sunny and what?
I said, and then they fall. Okay. How about we go ahead and we listen to the fucking? Should we check it out?
You can take what out?
The song, the fucking.
If you do anything you like,
let's go ahead and let's play the song.
It's your show, baby.
And we'll let people go ahead and take a listen to this incredible song and incredible lyricism and wordplay that you created. And, it's amazing because, you were just going ahead and you were, talking about Fur King. And to be able to create a musical off of that, and for it, to get so much with the censorship, and then at the end to end up on Apple, the all-time,
the poem that I wrote, which inspired it, about a furry king, I changed it to the first syllable of furry, and I spelled it as the syllable sounded. Yeah. So, hey, go ahead. All
right,
I'll move my lips. So it's like you could have this computer.
Awesome. Well, who is this fucking guy, you say? Let me tell you.
Great.
It is none other than brute force. Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead. Let's listen to this amazing track by Bruce Force. Let's do it. Come and get it.
You look up high and you see the sky so big and blue, and you wonder why people don't worship beauty. You look down on the ground and you see the flowers, they're red and blue and brown, and you wonder why people don't worship beauty. There was a beautiful land, there was a beautiful land, there was a beautiful land called Fuh. And in this land there was a king, and everybody called him the fucking. And the fucking did what he wanted to do. I said the fucking he went where he wanted to go. Whoa, whoa, mighty, mighty fucking. All hail the fucking. The mighty fucking. All hail the fucking. You walk out on the street, you see the people and hear the pitter-patter their IBM feet, and you wonder why people don't worship beauty. See the animals and plants, see the men and women do their sacred dance, all in a key ring around beauty. All hail beauty, mighty beauty. There was a land called Fuh, and in this land there was a king, and everybody called him the fucking. And the fucking thought what he wanted to think. I said the fucking, he said what he wanted to say. Whoa, whoa, mighty, mighty fucking. All hail the fucking, the mighty fucking.
Chance to play different endings. Thank you for playing that. Thank you.
Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely.
So they feared the word fucking is what they did. The distribution company, Capital EMI, and based on the fear in their mind, which was not their fault really, because they had been trained since being children themselves, these adult people these suits at record companies. They had learned as people themselves, they had learned that there are bad words, that there are curse words, things you don't say, and that they thought that this song said a curse word, a bad word. They did not examine the lyrics of the song, and I was tried. I was actually, in today's nomenclature, I was canceled at that time, definitely canceled. And when I said I was thrown off a cliff, that's exactly what it did. And I did not attain I did not attain, there, but for the grace of God, go I say, probably, because who would have known what had happened if I had gotten it? Probably no one would have played it anyway, if they would have distributed it anyway. You see, because all the radio people were under the same cloud of language taboo. And it's language taboo, which other people in the arts have battled, Lenny Bruce being one of them before me, that had constantly battled that. And so, I don't know.
Well, I have to tell you, I think your fucking is very catchy.
Oh, thank you.
And it's something that kind of sticks in your head. The play on words is brilliant. And artists that play with words and lyricism and word taboo appreciate that, and we appreciate you.
Well, the lyrics are quite deep,
They are.
And so the genre, which I, at some point in my career, I have the genre of heavy/funny, I have coined. I must apologize. I don't know why. The genre of heavy funny applies to this song very much. It's heavy, and you wonder why people don't worship beauty.
Yeah. And obviously, it's so magnificent that you were able to create a musical from it. That's rare. To be able to do a word taboo and to create something as a musical. Make that masterpiece, that canvas, all of that beautiful artwork that you put into it and see it come to life.
Correct.
Now, you're also an actor.
Correct.
You have played in Ghostbusters. So we'll blame all the camera issues on Slimer today.
There you go.
Can you tell me a little bit about your acting and Ghostbusters? And you have some of that marshmallow on your head there.
Oh, very good. Thank you. And I'll get to the marshmallow in a moment. As earlier in the interview, I mentioned that I'd seen my mom on stage. And so I had been very much inspired to do that. Mm-hmm. And so, I started going out for movies, big factor in being in Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, SAG-AFTRA, is that when I was a token in the 60s, I became a token, and that, the first big thing in my musical career, that had brought me into playing with them. And one of the shows we did was a TV show called The Reporter with a star of Elizabeth Allen. And it was through that show that I became a member of AFTRA. And it was through AFTRA that I became a member of SAG. And then since I was in SAG, I started going out for productions. And I got in some TV shows. That was one of them. Ghostbusters was one of them. It was great. I was wearing my hair bald at the time. And I went up to the casting director's office, and this young lady, she looked at me and she said, "Oh, I know what we'll use you for." And she knew exactly that there must have been a Hare Krishna Acolyte in the film. And so they cast me as that. And it was an excruciating experience in a way, because it was dead of winter and I was wearing my yoga clothes. By that time, I had studied yoga a long time, and I had also become a yoga teacher. And so I had this yoga, one thin layer of cotton and my underwear. It was all on this super cold, freezing day. And so they located me, they locate actors in different places for the scene about to come up. They located me in a place which resembled the top of a car. And there I stood. And by that time, the marshmallow man, or the puff guy, whatever they called him, he had been destroyed by the rays of the Ghostbusters. And there was this soap bubbles all around. So I picked up a little bit and I put it on my head. And then I yelled out to the director. I said, hello, how about this? And he said, yeah, keep it. So it was through my own, improvisation, innovation, which I recommend to all the people in the arts, not to be afraid. Do not be afraid.
That's right.
Inspiration is right around the corner, and it's already in you, actually. All you have to do is relax, get back, forget who you are, and find out who you really are. And something new will occur in your brain, and you could go after that. That can happen with words. That can happen with melody. That's what happened with me. I saw the suds and I put them on my head. And the scene would have been different. I would have not looked as like, it would have not been comical. That was pretty comical. And that film had great elements of comedy through it all, with Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray. It was definitely comedy. They must have termed it, I don't know what they termed it, comedy. Probably the film is termed, Ghostbusters is termed a comedy, and
a true classic.
What?
And a true classic.
So, oh yeah, I'm happy to be in a true classic, and the first one. And there's a Ghostbusters has a jillion fans all over the world. And not only that, but on the internet, let me just put this here. Great. Wow. Great. Should have thought of that 40 minutes ago. What was I saying?
40 minutes ago. No.
Well,
you were talking about Ghostbusters having fans all over the world.
They have fans all over the world. And also on the internet, they have clubs, Ghostbuster clubs. And one of them recently contacted me because I am in the film, and I'm in a very noticeable, although about 2 seconds, but it's a 3/4 screen shot. So it's very noticeable. So I can be validly put on on a table, a picture of that on the table, and people will come and I'll sign pictures, and people are very generously paying for my signature. So that's a source of income, and I'm very grateful for that. And there are these couple of fellows in the containment unit. It's called containment unit down in Florida, Apalaca, Florida. They have their one guy, Matt Sanders, and then another fellow, Daniel Stevens, up in Buffalo, and then another guy, Tom Henry out in San Diego. All these guys spend a lot of their time pursuing Ghostbusters on the internet and getting fans to enjoy the celebrity and to take part in the celebrity of different people. And I quite brazenly now, I put the word celebrity, comma, before my name in my bio when I send it to film people, if you've got it, flaunt it, so.
Well, you're more than a celebrity, you're a legend.
And the only thing that works against it is that my study of, Eastern philosophy and egolessness and vanity of vanities, all is vanity, and the invisibility of the soul and the spirit and the frailty of the body and the disappearance of the body and the breakup of all matter. That's the only thing that interferes with show business in my mind.
Well, that and yourself, like it's only you that can prevent it. You can hold yourself back a lot.
It can hold one back. Because when an opportunity is there, like, we connected, yeah, I got to just go ahead, take advantage of it, speak of the things that I have done. But I'm a communicator. And in my short time upon this planet, I have found that there are communications I can make and I can relate to people. And so I have this one communication I have been making is I pledge allegiance to my planet and to the universe all around and within me. One spirit, indivisible, with eternity for all. Ooh. It's the pledge of allegiance to the planet. Because it's my contention. It's my contention that
we need to do more of that.
Huh? Okay.
We need to do more of that. Hold that back up there. Let's get a good shot of that. You lift it up a little higher. There we go.
It's my contention that if you pledge allegiance to one part of the planet, one nation, that by default, you are pledging allegiance to the planet. So why not pledge allegiance to the planet? And if there's anybody who is seeing your great broadcast, your great internet podcast that is connected with, or has friends with, or themselves are part of either the Olympic process, the sports, because I have tried. I tried so hard in the last Olympics that was in Japan, but guess what? Along came the pandemic. I just tried so hard to get a hold of the guy who did the whole intro and outro of the show because of the Olympics. So there's shows. And anyway. And so I'm trying to get into the Olympics, if anybody's with Olympics or UN. These are the words that I want to put on the wall as you enter the UN. I want these words on the wall as you enter the UN. It's really more than just country. One spirit, indivisible,
yes, with
eternity for all. It's I modeled it really after our Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm not saying to anybody, I'm not saying you have to change your border lines. I'm not telling you you have to give up allegiance to any country, but I'm just asking, recognize where you live. And in that, I think we have a very ecological thing here, because the more people do pay attention and pay allegiance to the planet, actually, to this planet, the more they'll want to save it. And that's a big thing, saving the planet. No matter what you try, no matter how you try, people are trying through the ocean, people are trying through the forests, people are trying through the animals, people are trying through people's governments. People go at ecology in many different ways. And I'm going after it this way. And specifically, I don't know if I've hit on something new. I don't think I've created something new. It probably was there before me, but I've come to realize that it is. I am morphing rituals, cultural rituals, such as allegiance. I am morphing it from being attached to, say, Iceland or USA or Australia, to the whole. and I'm also morphing, changing the ritual of, or cracking into the ritual of language taboo with, you know, the old King of Fuh. It's old by now. It is, but that song has legs. You wouldn't.
And it's a classic.
It keeps going and going. That song, just like the battery, the ever heart, the battery, little bunny,
the Energizer.
Yeah. You're so sweet to have me on your show. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Brew, I know that you also go ahead and you perform with your daughter.
Correct,
You guys
Lila.
you guys had made a piece together that you had sent me, all about going ahead and that gun don't work no more. Can you tell me about that?
That's a song in the musical King of Fuh, the musical. When the king comes down to earth with his two daughters, they have been reborn. Some depending heavily on a Buddhist tradition of reincarnation there. When the king and his two daughters get reborn, appearing in different costumes to signify their different bodies, they, oh, wait a minute. They sing a song and they come down, they sing the song to the general who has been zapping them with a ray gun, which is another song. I have built a red ray gun. Now I'm going to have some fun. Set some people on the run with my red ray gun. Ray gun, fire. Molecules conspire. Liquefy all my enemy. Which is another song in King of Fuh.
Very cool.
She sings that, but they sing, the gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. And that's how that song, I wrote that song for the musical. Leave Mother Nature alone. Because, you know, the mystical, to me, just my idea, the mystical relevance of what people say in war when they fire a gun. What do they say? They say fire.
Yeah.
So one of the lyrics in this song goes, let Mother Nature alone. Leave Mother Nature alone and let her order the fire. So, and then other lyric
That's deep.
is, I know the body may fall. I know the spirit goes on. So, I'm very ambivalent about this song in a way. You know, but like any song, it can be sung in a show. So, and it's Eastern, because Daughter of Force plays the Shruti box, the drone box, and I'm hitting fourths and fifths on the keyboard. So when I say fourths and fifths to your uninitiated, you know it's going. It was an E flat. The gun don't work anymore. 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 No more, no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Well, anyway, no use for me to make errors on my own music.
Well, how about we go ahead and we play it? Sounds good.
Oh, that'd be nice. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a great gig happened in a room called Randy Now's Man Cave in New Jersey. Really a great guy. That's that record shop. You'll see it. Randy Now's Man Cave.
Well, we are going ahead and we are listening to Brute Force. You better make sure to go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Let's go ahead. Let's check it out.
You're gonna love this song.
Really?
I don't have any qualms with police at all.
gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. No, no more, no more, no more, no, no more, no more, no more. Leave Mother Nature alone. Let her out of the fire. Leave Mother Nature alone. Let her out of the fire. Order fire, fire, order fire, fire. My body may fall, no, the spirit goes on. I know my body may fall, I know the spirit goes on. Go, go on, go on, go on, go, go on, go on, go on. The gun don't work anymore. 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 No, no more, no more. No, no more, no more, no more. Gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. The gun don't work anymore. Don't work anymore. No, no more, no more, no more, no, no more, no more, no more.
There you can hear the crowd of tens of thousands in the stadium.
Absolutely incredible. Man, that must be amazing working with your daughter.
Were you able to see the video of that?
I was able to see it, so we'll go ahead and we'll fix that after.
Great. Great. Yeah, it's good. It's a good video. I like that video.
I love that. Like I said, it must have been magical working with your daughter, especially, and of getting that inspiration from your mom and being able to do that same for your own child.
It does stem from when I was a little boy, watching my mom play the piano,
yes,
hearing her sing at the piano. It does stem from that memory. And I was very lucky for that to happen. And I was also lucky in this recording for it to get the right selection on the keyboard with the little bell with the piano. That worked well on this particular song. And her drone, Daughter of Forces Shruti box, worked very well. I love her very much. And, you know, I love performing with my daughter, of course, and we have worked in at a couple of times so far, grandson of Force, who is now 10,
Beautiful.
So depending on what gig it is, we'll see how that can work out in future. And, you know, I just wonder, though, how King of Fuh will be at the Kansas State Fair. See?
Mm.
You know, because now you got 500 people with their kids, and I can't. So it's like I have to fight that. I have to be kind. I have to be kind. You know, I don't want people who are in their teens. I've picked the age at about 15, 13 to 15, when it's okay. But I don't want to trick people with toddlers in the room, and I don't want to upset people because I'm a parent myself. I'm a grandparent myself.
And that was never the intention.
I'm a grandparent. Let me say, I am not a, what's the word? It's the woke phrase for men and women. What's the woke phrase that they're using? Some horrible, just horrible. De-woke. Just get de-woke. De-wokeify yourself.
Yeah. I also like to say unfuck yourself. Can you tell me about your piece, The Creation?
My what?
Your piece, The Creation.
My piece of creation?
Yes. Your song, The Creation.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate your patience.
Yes.
I'm an old man now. But you got to keep thinking young, you know?
That's right. We're only as old as we think we are.
Age is just a number, you know?
I'm 29 forever.
Oh, creation. Why don't I play it while I sing it?
You could do that, or I could play the video.
Oh, you have the video?
I do. I have the song.
Oh, okay. That'll be easier. Well, you asked me to tell you about it. Well,
yes.
You know, I'm inspired by the arts, which, and the arts are, the arts are, the arts are, see, I'm sitting in front of the window now, so that illuminates my beautiful face.
We can see you great.
Because it means that you create, the arts create. And it's like there's always something new. And I mean, I know only this much, I only know this much, There's so much. It's an unlimited universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's an unlimited universe. What does that mean? I mean, it is beautiful.
Just when you think you know it all, there's something new.
It's so wonderful, and yet it's so, you're constantly on the edge of fear.
Overwhelming.
To look up and see the sky, oh, it's beautiful. But let me ask you, what is it? It's incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It is everything that is everything. It is endlessness. Endlessness. Can you comprehend what that means? Is there anybody out there who has God or who does not have God, who is into science or is into art, who can tell me what this endlessness, where there is no end. Can you comprehend what that is? There's a rhyme right there, which is good. Can you comprehend that there is no end? But this song is...
And you know, with me, you have a friend.
There, we're collaborating. This song is for artists. Gather round me, all you artists, songwriters, singers and composers, and poets, and dancers and painters, all you actors and speakers, to earn your living through performance, to turn your talent into money and give the people awesome visions, because your audience is waiting.
That's right.
Your audience is waiting for creation. And so that's just by reading those lyrics. It's a song for artists. And so sometimes we just do that up front, especially if we're at a crowd, you know, and say where there are lots of artists in, and you know, artists are one of the best audiences for concerts, you know. And we've done art.
Appreciate it.
And there are jobs that we've done a lot of time in art studios, you know. Art people who have galleries will do that, you know, to gain eyes for their thing too.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead. Let's listen to the creation, shall we?
Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Yay. We're listening to Force. Let's go ahead and check out the creation.
As known as the edge of night, I look back on the faces I've known, and I see through the curtain of time, it was you who made me a man. It's all that I am. The way you held me made me a man. The way you kissed me made me a man. The way you loved me made me a man. And I thank you for all that I am. Castles are rolling on the dream maker's hand, hung with a tapestry
Great. Well, you everybody could see me there spilling a cup of tea on my desk. I don't know if you.
Oh
That's
no,
what
I didn't take notice to that.
That's what it was. And
Oh,
but listen, just to clear up a little confusion, that was
yes.
the group, The Creation.
The Creations.
As
All That I Am was the title.
As differentiated from the song Creation. So the two different things, but
well, then we just gave a teaser because you just told about the song The Creation. So now everybody has to go to your sites to go check you out. I love teasers.
Ronnie Woods, who joined later the Rolling Stones, is playing on that record, playing guitar. And the song I wrote with a guy by the name of Paul Kahn. I did the melody, he did the words. It's really a good song. And it's another part of my career is that I have written songs with different people too, you know? Yeah. So.
Well, you know, since you guys all been teased, you guys make sure that you like, share, and subscribe out to Bruce. Know it. Yes. Check him out. You can contact him through his email. You can find him on Twitter, Facebook. Go to bruceforce.com and also planetwork.world. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Planet Work?
Well, thank you. As we did before, that's my poster. It's the Pledge of Allegiance to the Planet. The Pledge of Allegiance to the Planet calls the people's attention to the planet and morphs, changes allegiance from one small part of the planet to the whole. So it's very logical. And remember, please, people who are very much into patriotism, I'm not saying you must say you do not pledge allegiance to your nation. Everything's okay. Everything's all right. We're just recognizing that there is a planet and that you can also pledge allegiance to the planet and to the spirit all around and within. So it's
You're
really
so inspirational.
Thank you. It's more than just real estate. It has to do with what you would believe life is, what you think life is. I always get into the 5 W's and the H, and I'll tell you what they are. Lovely person, they are who, what, when, where, and why. And we all know that from school. Who, what, when, where, and why. And if we can apply them to questions that make us wonder, that we don't have an answer to, I think today most people are stuck, confused on the element of, on the who, what, where, on the 3rd W, where. I think a lot of people are really, look at from the perspective of a spaceship, say 100,000 miles up, and you look down and you see a tiny blue speck, Earth, and then you think all of those people down there running to and fro, all of them just scattering here and scattering there, and all of that goes down there. But then you feel again, you feel the floor of your apartment, and you see the palms of your hands, and you look out the window and you know you're here. You know you're here, and yet the same thing is going on. And if we have truly given birth to people like a Michelangelo, like a Leonardo da Vinci, like an Einstein,
like a brute force.
Like a brute force. Okay, you're very kind. Then why, after tens of thousands of years, why then is this still going on? Do we not have that answer to pull some of the switches, to pull some of the strings that can end the misery, can end the suffering? We must be able to end the suffering, although it is a bit of a suffering just to be here. And so that is ended by when we pass away. But while we're here, why can't we now, as a humanity, truly do it and live with each other?
Be those little worker ants that work together to make, the colony and the planet one.
Making the planet one.
That's right. Let's go ahead and let's check it out.
How many seas must the white dove
before he lands to the shore?
Before she rests in the sand. I met Dylan one day at Columbia through Al Cooper, and Cooper was there, and he and I were friends in the '60s, and it was in the Columbia building, and he said, "I want you to meet Dylan," and Dylan was in one of the studios, and so he brought me down into a studio, and there was no lights on. It was kind of shady. There was a piano, there was a seat, and by that, Dylan was seated with a guitar. And I said, hello. He said, hello. He introduced me. And Cooper wanted me to play Bob Dylan a song, which he must have had the strange idea that Bob Dylan would do a song like this. I won't play the whole song, of course. I'll just intro you to it. I want to hold you in my arms, my baby. I want to hold you and your charms, my baby. I find this annoying. I cackle, moo, bray. Find this annoying. So I played the whole thing through for Dylan, and he said, and what he said, with the only words he said while I was there, he said, good. That's what he said. So I didn't pester him for anything really, but that's the way it goes. Ships in the night, you might say.
That's awesome. I love that. Like what you just did right there, that brought an instant smile to my face. So
is that on my that's on my Columbia album, by the way, hey?
More teasing. That's right. You guys better go out, like, share, subscribe, go to bruteforce.com and check out the planet work. So
thank you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We got to make sure everybody knows to go to planet work, that allegiance, that planet, the allegiance to the planet. Make sure you listen and check that out. We're going to go ahead. We're going to listen to it now.
Oh, great.
And, yes. Make sure you go to planetwork.bandcamp.com. And this is the Pledge of Allegiance to the planet. Thank you, Bruce.
Let's bring this to the Olympics.
Let's do it. Oh.
Thanks for the great interview, hey.
I pledge allegiance to my planet and to the universe all around. invisible with eternity for everybody join along. I pledge allegiance
To my planet.
and to the universe all around and inside of me, one spirit indivisible with eternity for
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, by the way, the pomp and circumstance is a counter melody in there, which is Elgar. You know, but so in a way, I've been inspired by the chord progression in the pomp and circumstance also. Da 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 da.
I heard it.
Da, da. You know, it fits right along with I pledge allegiance. It does. But anyway, let's get that into the Olympics. Get it into the UN. It's one of my front burner issues. I'd like to do that. You've been a great interviewer.
Well, thank you. And I thank you for coming, and it's been an honor, and for sharing your stories with us and your life. It's truly a journey, and an amazing one at that. You are a legend.
I want to I want to perform in lots of clubs all over the US. Whoever, sees it, I have, I really want to come into clubs all over as a musical comedian. And I mean, that's what I like to do. Performers love to perform. And so thank you very much for including me in your great Angie program, Angie.
Have you been Angified?
Oh, absolutely.
Yay. Can you show me a heart? There we go. Yay. I love it. And I love you. And I thank you so much for joining us. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tease you one last time with saying, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. This is Brute Force. Stephen Friedland. Yes. He's going to kick your butt. knock you out with some comedy and laughter, some great lyricism, and big smiles. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to him. Like I said, you can find him everywhere. He's on Bandcamp, he's on Facebook, he's on Twitter. Go to bruteforce.com. Check out the Planet work. Absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing. I want to say, Brute, I want to know what's coming next for you.
What's coming next?
What's coming next?
Oh, I'll tell you what's the front burner issue for me now is I'm recording an album.
Yeah.
No, I'm recording a vinyl album. Enough of this internet, enough of this streaming, enough of this downloading. People are actually going to have the chance to go into a record shop and purchase a vinyl album of my music. And after that, I will then market and distribute online. And I'm going to, I believe also, I'm going to manufacture on Brute Force Records album. I haven't chosen the title yet, or the artwork yet, so it's going to be great. And I love the music that I'm doing. I'm only singing songs in the studio that I love to sing. So, I'm just doing what I like to do. It's great. It's great for, legacy type of stuff,
And you're being you.
I'm doing me. And if the powers that be that see this, most people that see me, they think I'm a dinosaur, that is people in the business. He's an old guy. There's nothing left. But I'm telling you, in showbiz, when you speak about yourself, people in the business, they go, oh, he's talking about himself. The ritual in showbiz is you got to have an agent. You have to have someone talking about you, and then people will believe you.
Yes, very true.
Then people will believe what you are. So anyway, let it be what it is. Let it be what if people do not believe, if people who are talent coordinators, who are owners of clubs, who are producers in the cinema, who are looking for music for their films, who are casting directors in films, if those people are not satisfied that my music has made it to the top of the rock realm in this world, I have nothing to say to you. I remain resolute. I keep on doing what I can do, and God bless you all. Right. I am what I am. I want to keep working in the biz as much as I can. And right now I have a Yellowstone. You know the program Yellowstone?
I'm not familiar with it.
It's about ranchers and cowboys. I have a Yellowstone. If anybody who books the show Yellowstone is looking at this, give me a call.
And make sure you guys tune in September 21st, 2022 for Wake Up, Rise Up, Live for Peace. You can definitely check Brute Force there as well, as he will be performing in a Lehigh Valley stage. Yay!
Oh, right. That's and the very talented Jay Creed is presenting that show
That's right.
in this section of the world. Very happy to have made contact there.
Yes. Let's go ahead. Let's say that we're going to spread the word about world peace and stand up together and unite for September 21st, 2022. Make sure you guys all tune in. Brute, this has been an absolute honor.
Let's do it. Ringo, yeah. I have a song for you, Ringo.
Well, I thank you so much. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Angie. It's been a pleasure. It's been
Yeah,
a pleasure being with you.
it's been a pleasure and an honor to meet you and to be with you. And I thank you again for sharing your life. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap up the show, everyone. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe to Brute Force. Check this out. Share this with all of your friends and family. Let's spread the word. Yay! With a force. Let's do it.
Thanks, Angie.
You got it.
That was great.
When the world is breaking and the violence takes to the streets, no one is safe. Share the love. Stand up, wake up, rise up with us. Let your voice be heard. Let's sing it out to the clouds, to the mountains, to the seas, to the oceans all across the world. Stand with us on September 21st, 2022. As we go ahead, celebrate World Peace Day, and we stand up to all of the violence that is taken to the streets. Share a great day of entertainment, laughter, music. Be you, be heard, be original. Share that love out. Don't forget about nature and us little bees. You know, you need our honey. Please take care of us. Don't forget about the bees. Love one another, be kind. Wake up, rise up. Blue skies are ahead if we all stand together. Let your music be heard. Share the love, be that rock for someone who may need you in a hard time. Sing it out to everyone. Share that love. Be that bright light sky so we have more memories to share for our children, for our future. For nature so we can enjoy. Love everything, make dreams and big goals, set your future aside. Wake up and rise up with us.
Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love or hate? Are you gonna spread love?